Annual Eclipse Awards on behalf of the 150 members of the National Turf Riders and broadcasters. I want to welcome you tonight. As you'll see in the program and throughout the evening on the boards, National Turf Riders Association is no more. We are now the National Turf Riders and Broadcasters. We voted late last year to include the many hard-working professional broadcasters from the racing world. It was approved overwhelmingly by our members last fall, and we hope that our new framework not only serves our interests, but can be a position of influence in the industry. Now I'd like to introduce the winners of the 2010 Media Eclipse Awards.
Thoroughbred racing is blessed with a talented and dedicated media. And from the beginning of the Eclipse Awards, its members have been duly recognized. New technologies have altered and added to the categories, but the underlying professionalism, knowledge, and imagination still prevail. The Eclipse Award for Audio Multimedia Internet goes to the Horse Racing Radio Network for its coverage of the Breeders' Cup World Championships at Churchill Downs. The 10-hour broadcast was one of more than 100 racing broadcasts by HRRN, whose president is Mike Hanna. Sadly, Mike's partner in the network, Pete Pulis, passed away in December. In the feature commentary writing category, the Eclipse Award goes to Wright Thompson of ESPN.com. Wright is honored for his in-depth study of Zenyatta and the various people connected to the phenomenon which was her racing career. He has been a writer for ESPN.com since 2006. Winner in the News Enterprise Writing category is Bill Finley, whose extensive look into Do We Need a Sturdier Racehorse comprised a special Thoroughbred Daily News magazine edition. Bill brought his years of expertise to bear on the vexing subject of declining starts for today's thoroughbreds and embraced a broad range of cogent opinions and insights. The Eclipse Award for Television Feature category goes to HRTV for its look back at the star-crossed career of Swale. Amy Zimmerman wrote and produced the feature, which touched on the great success of the Kentucky Derby winner, as well as the shocking end of his life shortly after his Belmont Stakes victory in 1984. In the live television category, the Eclipse winner is ESPN, honored for its 2 days of coverage of the Breeders' Cup World Championships. Mike McQuaid was the coordinating producer of the telecasts, which covered all 14 races, as well as delving into the myriad stories in the overall tapestry of the Breeders' Cup. The Breeders' Cup was also the vehicle leading to the Eclipse Award in the photography category. All eyes were trained on the dramatic finish of the Breeders' Cup Classic, and Michael Clevenger caught the dramatic moment as well as the surreal background of night descending over Churchill Downs. The photo of Blaine's narrow win over Zenyatta appeared on the front page of the Louisville Courier-Journal. Media Awards.
They all come out together.
In the television feature category from HRTV, Amy Zimmerman.
Hello, friends. We've known each other. Many years. We've worked together. We've talked about family, broadcasting family. I know your family involvement with horse racing, and you cover one of the great families in all of racing, the Hancock family, with your feature story. This certainly was a theme, it seems.
It is. Talk about most important too. I also want to thank our HRTV family that contributed to this: Steve Scheidler, Phil Kubel, Joe Chili, who are here tonight. And most importantly, I'd like to thank the Hancock family, Seth and Dell. This was a story about your horse. It's a story about your family. It was a story about your farm. And I don't know how many of you are going to take home tonight, but you're going to take home this one, because it's yours.
Thank you.
In the television live racing category from ESPN, Hall of Fame jockey Jerry Bailey.
I need to hold my arms up.
Going back a few years, you're not giving that up.
Thanks, Kenny. I'd like to thank the NTRA, and on behalf of all of those of us in front of the camera, Janine, Hank, Katie, Jay Brevman, Joe and Randy, as well as everybody behind the scenes, the audio and cameramen. It's a lot of moving parts to make this work. But all of us want to thank the horse and the fans, but especially the horsemen for allowing us the excitement closer to you with the helmet cams, the mics on the jockeys. Thank you guys. Without you, we wouldn't be able to do all this. Thanks.
I hate to say this, Mike, but that's so your luck that microphone's not going to work. That is so his luck.
For photography, Michael.
That the microphone's not working. That's just Michael's luck.
Michael, congratulations. Sometimes you can make a mistake in TV, as we do, or in radio, and you can at least excuse yourself and come back and correct it, or you can reprint and hit delete if you're typing something. You get one shot. What was it like when you knew you had that one shot of that great finish?
I'm at a lost for words. As I was from the very first time that Jim Gluckson called me and told me I had won this. I would love to say that was just one shot and that's all we had, but we threw everything we had at this photograph, trying to make something that captured everything that you could possibly see in a race of that magnitude on that night with those two wonderful horses. Like somebody told me before that don't get up there and not thank your mom, so I thank my mom because she is in fact my biggest fan. The other fans I have are at home. My wife Tracy, who is my confidant. She is my best friend and the love of my life. And she allows me to turn our living room into a combination Radio Shack and camera store twice a year for about a week. My sons, Sam and Ben, who taught me more about love and trust than I can possibly ever imagine. The four guys who hooked all that stuff on that weekend, John Rogers, O'Neill Arnold, Chris Granger, and Eric Mon. Without those four guys, I don't make this photograph. And to my personal family, who continues to put faith in me and trust in me to get these types of photographs whenever I can, thank you for your trust.
I'm going to run out.
Out there,
I'm going to run out.
Such a spectacular show.
Well, don't do those.
We don't know them. And share with our readers.
I don't know how much I have.
Thank you. Congratulations.
For writing in the feature commentary category, Wright Thompson, ESPN.com.
Wright, congratulations. You write about Zenyatta. A lot of people have talked and written about Zenyatta in the last 3 years, but you come at it in a different way and you win the Eclipse. How did that work?
Well, I mean, I completely rode Zenyatta's coattails, so if she could get up here and talk, that would probably be the thing to do. Mostly, I think, I need to thank John and Dottie and Jerry and Ann and Mike. I write a lot of stories about a lot of people, and I don't know if I've ever met somebody who I think, more deserves the good things that happen to them. So thank you guys very much for your time and your kindness and your access, and especially John for the patience with the ridiculously stupid questions.
Congratulations.
For writing in the news enterprise category, Bill Finley from Thoroughbred Daily News.
We go back a ways. Good to see you. Congratulations, Bill. You chose a topic that I think is discussed a lot, but you don't see it in print, especially the volume of words you're able to get in to talk about the iron horses of that day gone by and what's happening today.
Well, I think I'd like to mirror what Mike Rapoli said. I grew up following Seattle Slew and Affirmed and Secretariat, horses that routinely raced 15 to 20 times a year. What happened to those sort of horses? And that's the kind of questions that I wanted to try to answer. We missed those days. I don't know if we're ever going to get them back, but me, like Mike Rapoli, I'm a fan first, and I sure miss those days. And the only other thing I want to add is that I think this year was about Zenyatta and Blame, and I hope 2011 is the year of the fan. That just like Mike said, we can do more for the racing fan and to get their interest back and to this industry to band together to do more for the people that really are the backbone of this game.
Congratulations, Bill.
For audio and multimedia internet, Mike Penna representing the Horse Racing Radio Network.
Mike, we've crossed paths many times in airports. You're always going to one of the big races, and you cover one of the most daunting challenges of radio on the Breeders' Cup Day, and hour after hour, and keeping it interesting. Congratulations.
Thank you, Kenny. And I think that is, you mentioned the word challenge, and I think that that's what it is. And our goal was to take people that were listening all over the country, in different parts of the country, in different parts of the world, and to put them at Churchill Downs with us. And that was our focus of that broadcast. And it really starts with my entire team. And it's not just a team, it's a family. I mean, our horse racing radio network is very close, and it really starts with my beautiful wife, Michelle, who's sitting here tonight. I need to thank her first and foremost, because without her unwavering support over the last several years, I'm not able to do what I do on the radio. And she's just been unbelievable. She's the backbone of the horse racing radio network. So, Michelle, thank you. I love you. Our entire team who's here tonight: Jude Feld, Sean Clancy, Roy Steele. Kurt Becker wasn't able to be here tonight. He was a big part of that Breeders' Cup broadcast. Our producers, Adam Frenier and John Edwards, I want to thank them as well. Rolly Hoyt and Billy White, who are two of our analysts that worked with us throughout the year, they had a big part in this too. So thanks to all of them. And thanks to all of our sponsors as well, because Kenny, without our sponsors, we don't have a horse racing radio network. You make it possible. You put the gas in the engine. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Everybody at Breeders' Cup, everybody at Churchill Downs, Darren Rogers and his team, they just do a tremendous job, and everybody at Breeders' Cup has always bent over backwards for us, so I certainly appreciate that. All of our listeners, all of our affiliates, and I want to say a very special thank you to my good friend, my mentor, the co-founder of the Horse Racing Radio Network, Pete Coulis, who wasn't able to be here tonight. He passed away 1 month ago, 9 days shy of hearing the news of this award. I know he would have been thrilled, and so Pete, I know you're here. Thank you for everything that you did for me. Without your opportunities you gave me, I wouldn't be here tonight. And just very quickly, you always have to thank your parents, of course, and I want to thank my parents, and in particular my dad, who also lost a courageous battle with cancer last year at the age of 63 last March, and I know he would have been here tonight. So Dad, this is for you. Thank you.
Congratulations. These are the Eclipse Award winners. You know, not all of us get to own a horse and race a horse and win. And having been fortunate enough to win one of these myself, you know, consider it this Eclipse Award. This is sort of like your stimulus package to the media to allow us to be on the stage. So thank you. Congratulations, all the winners.